I think you can think of technological change as being more like a longish process with some radical changes every so often. Ford introducing a different type of technology into the car industry clearly had a profound impact on the way that cars were made. But alongside that, you get long-standing changes, long-running changes, which are caused by technology. I think that they contrast with more abrupt changes, which are not usually technologically driven. A classic example would be a change coming about because firms merge or are taken over. And usually what happens is that that is an event and it triggers a series of organisational changes which are usually worked through in a period of a couple of years, and then they finish until the next radical organisational change takes place. So I see technology change as much more long-running and continuous with some radical points along the way. First thing is you have to think hard about what's the purpose of this change. What are we trying to achieve with this change? So if you take in banking, for example, AI is clearly going to affect financial services quite profoundly in terms of the sort of work that goes on and the way that work is done. And the questions you'd have to ask are, well, what's the purpose of this change? What is it going to be? Is it going to be a product? Is it going to be a process of production? Is it going to be both? And let's think about the interaction between those two. Then I think you have to think a bit about what's the plan to make this actually happen? What do we need to do first and foremost? What moves fast and what will come out more slowly? And think about it, like I said, not just as a one-off event, but as a series of processes that you're going to have to put into place. The third thing I think you have to think about is, what are the politics of this? Change is something where you have to accept the fact that there will be supporters of it and there will be some resistance. And then there's a third force, which I think is often misunderstood, which is fundamentally there's a lot of inertia in organizations. So often what happens with new technologies like AI, interestingly enough, is that they run alongside old technologies. And we misunderstand how those dual processes actually play out quite often. You've got to recognize a number of things. First one is, why is resistance occurring? And that could be for rational reasons. I might be losing my job, I feel threatened by this. And it could be because, frankly, you just don't see what this is all about, you don't understand it. So I think you have to understand the reasons for resistance. The second thing you have to do is to say, well, what can we do about this? What opportunities or what levers can we pull in order to overcome resistance? Some resistance will always exist, and you won't overcome all resistance to change. And my recommendation, my view is generally, therefore, that the way to think about this is to say, what can I do to mobilize support, mobilize and build momentum through my support, and not worry so much only about resistance, but actually say, how do we make change happen by building support and then gradually working with resistance, using things like incentives, redeploying people, understanding what they want, and maybe recognizing that some people, as I said, will always resist, and that therefore you're not going to change them.